Hey, so I decided to do another video this week, and mainly because that I had a come into Jesus meeting with my mom on this past Sunday, and she finally had it out with me about my transition, and she had a lot of things to say that maybe I will share in total with you. I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to get it all out because I want to keep this under 5 minutes, because any more than that, then I suck up all the Wi-Fi for my friend Sophie. So a lot of her concerns, a lot of things she's told me, which were pretty enlightening. I feel as if I was enlightened after this. I felt like I was a Buddhist, and I went to a Buddhist temple, and I had been enlightened by Gandhi himself. Throughout my childhood and growing up, I've been harassed for being a boy, for being a fag, for being a dyke, for being everything on the planet, and I didn't know what these things were. I had no idea what these things were. And I always was in such a bubble, and I could never understand why I was in such a bubble, why my mom had such an issue with this in the first place, that she kept me in this bubble. Well, apparently, when 3rd grade, I had told her that I liked girls, which I didn't know about. I mean, you would think that you remember these things, and apparently I just didn't remember these things, and I didn't know that. And that was kind of interesting for me to find out that my mom had told me that. She's like, you know, when you told me that you like girls in 3rd grade, I just told you that was because you always playing with the boys, and you were so excited to play with girls for finally that was why. And I just completely dismissed it, and I didn't do anything about it. And I think that my mom had impressed a lot of my my dykiness, my childhood dykiness, and she oppressed it a lot, because I always wondered why she pushed dresses on me, things with flowers on me, things with pink on me. Like, she wouldn't let me have anything that was masculine in any effect unless it had pink and or flowers in it, and then it was okay. So, of course, I look like a fucking train wreck growing up, so now you have somebody who is now obviously transgendered, and back then I didn't know what the fuck I was, and because I didn't know what the fuck I was, that was enough turmoil. I was a fat kid. I got picked on for being fat. I got picked on for being gay. I got picked on for this. I got picked on for a million damn things. And there's all this bullshit about stop the bullying and da-da-da-da-da. You know what? No. I'm going to tell you right now that even though I got bullied a lot, I think that you need to be bullied. It's part of evolution. Like, how are you going to survive in the real world? How? I mean, it's kind of a pet peeve of mine with, like, a lot of these youngsters, is that they are so goddamn sensitive because they're so coddled. Everyone has to be so politically correct around them that you can't say anything without being like, oh, is that okay? Did I say the right thing? Is it alright? I mean, I don't want to offend you at all. It's like, bitch, please, come on now. My entire fucking life, I've been, in one way or another, harassed and offended to no end, but you know what? I just put on a thicker skin, I laugh it off and move along, because that's just how I am. That's fine. Like, I don't have very many lines. There's not many lines you can cross with me, like, for real. I can't really think of too many things, other than being a dick and throwing punches at my intelligence. That will piss me off, just because I do have a learning disability, and it's like, look, fool, like, you can keep fucking harassing me and taking pot shots out of my intelligence, however, just know in the long run, you're the one that's looking like a fool. I'm just saying. But even then, I'm not gonna really approach them. I'm not going to get my fucking boxers all in a wad over the whole issue. I'm gonna just see whatever and just kind of laugh it off and try to play it off as best as I can, even though inside I'm kind of fuming, but I'm just gonna pull it off, you know? It's not big, that, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of an issue. So, my mom said I came out in 3rd grade, and she also told me that she has her own issues with me being a tomboy growing up, because everyone called her a homo. Everyone was calling her a homo when she was growing up, because she played with all the boys and, you know, rode the bikes, made her own skateboard out of fucking the quad skates. And, you know, she would always talk about how she would be going down hills in Pacific Grove, and she would see the sparks coming off them because, you know, they were metal skates at the time, the wheels are metal. So, I think it was nice to finally be validated, because I've always said that my mom has so much of an issue with me because she sees so much of her in me that she's projecting her own insecurities about her own, not so much that she is gay, but that she's always been teased for it as a kid. So those insecurities were projected on me, and then I got the short end of the stick in the situation. So now my mom knows who I am, knows what I want to be, knows that I need to change my name, knows everything. Everything's out in the open, and it's kind of just a very tender situation. I'm not going to throw salt in the wound. I'm not going to push it. I do hate that Chaz got brought up in the conversation. She's like, "You're going to end up just like Chaz. You're not going to have a job. You're not going to have a family. You're not going to have anything. You're never going to give me grandkids, and then you're going to be moving back in here because you transgendered and you became a man. You want to be a man, and now you're going to end up living underneath my roof, and then I'm going to have to deal with it, and I won't be able to deal with you if you grow a beard." Why is Chaz always what everybody compares us to? What about that fool over in Germany, the pole vaulter? What about Ian Harvey? What about all these amazing transgendered FTM tranny boys out there that are amazing? They don't look like Chaz. Chaz is a fat anomaly. I fucking hate saying it, but he is. Like, dude, fucking slow down on the cheeseburgers. God damn. You're gonna give yourself a fucking heart attack. When you're trans, you can't do that. You can't eat like that anymore. And speaking of which, I tried this whole new fucking trend that these females have going on, because, I have a female at home and I have to follow suit. And I'm a supportive husband, and I will follow suit because I am a supportive husband. And it's a green smoothie thing where you're pretty much drinking your greens every day, which isn't bad. It really isn't bad until I figured out that I'm allergic to two different types of greens. And I don't think this really works so well with the tea, because my body has been, rejecting it, completely. I've been doing it for almost 3 weeks now. This is my third week, and I've just completely fallen off the wagon. Mainly because I can't function. I get the death wobbles when I'm standing. I can't function. I can't think. I'm just tired. And I've been fighting a cold with this tea and everything else for so long. And now the green smoothie thing, it just made it worse. You'd think all those nutrients would help, and they just haven't. My body's like, look, you can eat like a lesbian as long as it's pussy. If you want to eat fucking pussy like a goddamn lesbian, like the biggest ponytail motherfucking dyke out there, rock on. But you're eating like a man. You're eating a fucking steak. So I listened to myself. I'm like, I'm going to get me a motherfucking steak. You know what happened? I ate that damn steak and it didn't taste good. Do you know how disappointing that is? That's like a couple days ago when I was eating bacon. Didn't taste as good as it used to. I did this before when I was a vegetarian, and after I stopped being a vegetarian for a while, and the meat didn't taste as good. And I'm still allergic to turkey, which breaks my heart. So, yeah, that's why I just want to touch base on a little bit of things that kind of been going on with me, and I hope that it wasn't too much of a chaotic kind of broadcast tonight, and hope everyone's fine and doing well. And I just want to say, I don't know how I come off as cocky through these, but I want to say that I got cockfidence, and that's all I have to say about that. Alright, take it easy, guys.